Older women are snatching up young dudes left and right.
Remember Bill Bellamy, the charismatic heartbeat of 90s MTV? He was everywhere, but right at the peak of his fame, he simply vanished. This is the true, untold story of his mysterious disappearance and recent comeback. Older women are pursuing younger men more than ever, but do you recall Bill Bellamy?
I'm Bill Bellamy. I play Giovanni, the do-rag model. And he's got like all the campaigns going on with do-rags. He make the hood look.
He was the undisputed heartbeat of MTV in the 90s. His style captivated America, and he even coined the phrase booty call, turning it into a pop culture phenomenon. Everyone expected Bill to become one of Hollywood's biggest stars, blowing up like Chris Tucker or Jamie Foxx. Yet at his career's peak, Bill Bellamy suddenly vanished from the spotlight. No scandal, no retirement announcement, and no explanation. He simply slipped out of public view, leaving fans wondering, where did Bill go? What truly happened?
Hey, go make the hood look good, people. We created a lot of versions. We did Baby Do. Then what about if you want to go swimming, Giovanni? What you gonna do? You gotta get a scuba do. Then we had
For years, the truth was hidden. Only recently, upon his return, did Bill reveal astonishing details, hidden tensions at MTV, power struggles in Hollywood, and a near-death experience that almost cost him his life. If you're enjoying this dive into untold Hollywood stories, make sure to hit that subscribe button for the fame game. Bill Bellamy was born in Newark, New Jersey in 1965. In the 70s and 80s, Newark was one of America's poorest, most dangerous, and neglected cities. Bill's father, William Sr., did heavy warehouse labor, and his mother, Edna, worked multiple jobs just to raise her 3 children. They constantly warned Bill to go straight home. In that neighborhood, being in the wrong spot could get you killed. Then tragedy struck. The death of his younger brother, Heavy. Heavy was the softest-hearted kid, always shadowing Bill. One summer night, Heavy was near a clash between 2 gangs. A single stray bullet hit him. Heavy collapsed on the street Bill thought was safe. By the time Bill reached him, his brother was still, blood spreading across the pavement. This moment froze Bill's world. He said the pain never healed, and it fueled his resolve to escape Newark by any means necessary. In that darkness, Bill found salvation in comedy. At school, he was bullied for being poor. Instead of fighting, he used his quick wit to make the bullies laugh. Laughter became his shield. Friends loved his stories, but one teacher famously told him, "You won't amount to anything." Those words cut deep, becoming the first spark inside Bill. He promised himself, "One day all of them will know who I am." After graduating, Bill enrolled at Rutgers University to satisfy his parents. But every night while his friends studied, Bill took a 30-minute train to New York. The city was full of dreams and danger. Open mic nights were brutal. Bill had no mentor and no money, but he had survived Newark. For a boy who had watched his brother die, drunk comedy club crowds were nothing. He kept coming back, enduring curses and mockery, because every stage step took him further from Newark's darkness. The major turning point came at the Apollo Theatre's amateur night. If the audience didn't like you, the boo sign appeared within 10 seconds. Bill didn't flinch. He stood under the lights, channeled his pain, and turned it into laughter. The entire room stood up. New York had to admit, this kid from Newark has something special. One night in a tiny Manhattan club, Bill told a moving story about his family and his brother, Heavy, who was shot and killed. The crowd laughed, then choked up. In the audience was an MTV producer. A few days later, Bill received the call. MTV, the biggest music empire in America, wanted him. The moment he spoke his first line, the producers knew, "We found him. This is the guy who can change MTV." MTV in the 90s was culture. Bill Bellamy stormed in like a hurricane. From the first episodes of MTV Jams, Bill had America's attention. He brought confidence and energy that lit up the room. Major artists, including Tupac, Biggie, Aaliyah, and Snoop Dogg, specifically requested to be interviewed by him. They were relaxed and laughing with Bill. He was someone the legends trusted. If MTV Jams made him famous, MTV Beach House turned him into a superstar. He ran the entire party, becoming the iconic face of the 90s summer. MTV made Bill famous, but stand-up made him rich. His tour pace skyrocketed. In an era when TV still discriminated, Bill Bellamy became the first black mainstream host to rise to nationwide fame, kicking open the door for VJs like Sway Calloway and Lala Anthony. Then came the cultural explosion, the phrase booty call. In one MTV episode, Bill casually joked about late-night booty calls. The whole country repeated it. It became national slang, cultural history created by Bill. Hollywood saw his value. In 1997, Bill landed the lead role in How to Be a Player, a box office hit and a cult classic. He immediately starred alongside Al Pacino, Jamie Foxx, and LL Cool J in Oliver Stone's blockbuster Any Given Sunday. Bill wasn't just a host, he was a true all-around entertainer. His film offers jumped to $750,000 to $1 million per project. Bill Bellamy was on top of the world, seen as the next Chris Tucker. Don't forget to like this video if you're enjoying Bill Bellamy's fascinating story. But the cracks formed quietly. Bill became a threat to certain MTV executives. He overheard a producer say, "We created him and we can get rid of him anytime." MTV began seeing Bill as too influential. When MTV shifted towards reality TV, The Hill's The Real World, music VJs like Bill saw their roles slashed. Bill's schedule was cut, and rumors spread. MTV was pushing him to the sidelines to reset the hierarchy. Behind the scenes, Bill was blunt. He called out bad formats and unfair systems. Hollywood demanded silence. Whispers spread that Bill talks too much. After 2001, Bill was no longer invited back to major MTV shows. Everyone from his era was called back, everyone except Bill. The industry rumors exploded. MTV blacklisted him. Bill's friendly vibe also rubbed a few stars the wrong way. Some rappers felt he was too corporate to MTV. Others were afraid Bill would outshine them during interviews. The bitter irony? Those who disliked Bill spoke up quietly, and those who loved him stayed silent. Then came the disappearance. Around 2003 to 2004, MTV's new executives cut all music programs, focusing on reality content. Bill lost his biggest spotlight. He once said, "I woke up one morning and realized the show I loved was gone." The next day, he wasn't on any time slot at all. Just complete silence. Hollywood hit harder. The black comedy films of the 90s stopped getting the funding. Audience tastes shifted to white-centric or action comedy. The roles Bill thrived in disappeared or were shrunk into minor supporting parts. Bill refused to play stereotypes like the black best friend. Producers wanted him less slick, less good-looking, a quiet racial filter that blocked him from leading roles. He realized he was losing Hollywood too. Mentally shaken, Bill watched a new generation rise. Kevin Hart, Cat Williams, and others exploded, boosted by social media, YouTube, and Netflix. Tools Bill didn't adapt to in time. Bill was slowing down, lost in personal pain, and abandoned by Hollywood. The name that once made America scream was rarely mentioned. He faced an identity crisis. Was he a host, an actor, or a comedian? All paths were foggy. Bill, swallowed by time, disappeared. What the public didn't know was his private storm. Bill married Kristen Bellamy, in 2001. Their marriage faced struggles when his income, once millions, became unstable. There were times Bill and Kristen didn't speak for days due to immense pressure. They never divorced, but staying together was a hard fight. From 2010 to 2015, infidelity rumors followed Bill on social media. Kristen trusted him, but the rumors left the family shaken. Bill chose silence, joking in a stand-up set. "The less I say, the fewer problems I have." Most crucially, Bill nearly died during the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020. His body reacted violently. He was rushed to the hospital with dangerously low oxygen. Doctors told the family the first few hours would decide everything. Kristen and their children watched through the glass. Bill survived, but he was no longer the invincible figure. He had stared at death. The pain of his brother Heavy's death always returned when the stage lights dimmed. Coupled with the loss of his career, health scare, and family pain, Bill retreated. He didn't retire or vanish, but went quiet, trying to protect what pieces of himself were left. This is the part that surprises people the most. Bill Bellamy disappeared from the spotlight, but never financially. Reports estimate his net worth at $8 to $10 million. Impressive for someone who vanished for 15 years. Bill managed his money like a businessman, slow, steady, and disciplined. He never abandoned stand-up, which became his financial lifeline. From 2010 until now, his tours consistently sell out just enough to bring in a steady yearly income. He also invested in safe real estate assets in California, which helped maintain his net worth. After 2 decades, everyone assumed Bill Bellamy was just a memory, but then Bill reappeared with the confidence of a survivor. His comeback didn't start on TV or in a movie. It started with a podcast. When Bill launched Top Billin' with Bill Bellamy, it became an internet phenomenon. His clips exploded on TikTok and YouTube with millions of views because Bill is a living archive of 90s hip-hop culture. For the first time, audiences heard stories of Tupac laughing, Biggie's private confessions, and artists thanking Bill for helping them shine. This was cultural history told by someone who was there. Within months, Top Billin' made Gen Z ask, wait, who is Bill Bellamy and why is he this cool? He then went all in on stand-up again. His shows are sold out, telling hilarious, bitter, sharp, and emotional stories about Newark and Hollywood. Old fans and young fans show up, and everyone leaves on their feet. Hollywood is calling again, saying, he's the OG this generation is missing. It wasn't the old school, it was Gen Z and millennial filmmakers who grew up with MTV. They said, we need a real OG, not an actor pretending to be one. Bill is now appearing on talk shows and in new series. Fans are stunned because Bill Bellamy looks insanely good for someone in his mid-50s, much younger than most artists from his era. This look, combined with his sharp storytelling, helped him go viral again. People don't just remember Bill Bellamy for his past, they are shocked because he looks like he never left the stage. Bill Bellamy is a living witness to the golden age of American hip-hop culture. He opened doors for black artists and was the bridge connecting Tupac, Biggie, and Snoop to millions. His legacy lives in the cultural impact he left behind, including coining booty call. If you think this story deserves to be known by more people, drop a comment below and tell me which MTV era you remember Bill Bellamy from, or which moment in his career impressed you the most. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to The Fame Game so you don't miss our next deep dives into the legends of R&B, hip-hop, and American entertainment. If you think this incredible story deserves to be known by more people, drop a comment below and tell me which MTV era you remember Bill Bellamy from, or which moment in his career impressed you the most. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to The Fame Game so you don't miss our next deep dives into the legends of R&B, hip-hop, and American entertainment, the stories not everyone tells you. All data, analyses, and commentary in this video are presented based on information available at the time of production. The content is subject to change over time and should not be considered a definitive forecast. Feel free to dive into some of our top recommended videos now appearing on your screen.